Once again, just after the independence, as you know, we got freedom and we become a sovereign state. So the modern sovereign state is considered to be the state for the welfare of the people. Okay. So it was suggested that there should be a government of a particular form with appropriate powers and functions. So the constitution is the written document which contains laws and rules which determine and describe the form of government. Form of government means the government for the welfare of the people. And it develops relationship between citizens and the government. So it is a constitution. So the constitution is a basic fundamental law of a state. It lays down the objectives of the state. Objectives clearly means welfare of the people, which it has to achieve. It also provides the constitutional framework, that is various structures, organs of the government at the different levels, and it also describes the rights and duties of the citizens also. So it is therefore considered to be the basis for the governance. So always remember that it is the constitution which is the basis for the governance of the country. In both terms, means in terms of goals as well as the objectives and also the structures and functions, how these goals and objectives to be achieved. And once again, I would like to repeat that the Constitution of India was framed by Constituent Assembly. And Assembly was constituted in 1946. And then there was one draft committee. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar was the chairman of the draft committee. And for the Constituent Assembly, who was the chairman? It was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So don't be confused. There are two terms like Constituent Assembly and the Draft Committee for framing the Constitution. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar was the president of Draft Committee, and the Constituent Assembly was chaired by President of the Assembly, who was Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and he was elected as the president of the Assembly. So he was elected president. And this Constituent Assembly, they have several meetings. How many meetings? They met 166 days. 166 days. And it was spread over 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. Finally, the Constitution was adopted on 26th November 1949. Okay. And then after adoption of this Constitution, it was implemented and came into force from 26th January 1950. When you see the Constitution, when you will see the Constitution, you will see the preamble, right? So the Constitution of India begins with a preamble, which contains the ideals, objectives, and basic principles of the Constitution. So, anyone, can you recall the preamble? Huh? So, the preamble of the Constitution is like, just I read out, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure all its citizens justice. Justice means social, economic, and political. Liberty of thought means expression, belief, faith, and worship. Then equality, so equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all. And then finally, fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individuals and unity and integrity of the nation. So, this is the preamble, and in our Constitutional Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. So this is the principle. So here you can see the preamble contains the ideals, objectives, and basic principles of the Constitution. So what is this principle? So basically the preamble is an introductory statement in a document that express the document's philosophy and objectives. So in a constitution, it presents the intention of its framers and the history behind its creation and the core values and principles of the nation. So the preamble basically gives ideas of the source of the constitution, the nature of the Indian states, the statement of its objectives, and date of adoption. Right? So the source means the state and its citizen. A sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Right? And then the nature of the Indian state as well as the statement of its objective. Objectives are very clear. Objective is to provide justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. And as it says, finally, the date of the adoption. So it is already mentioned in our constitution that in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this constitution. So 26th November is also celebrated as the Constitution Day of India. So when we see what is this preamble is, preamble is like an introduction or preface of a book. As an introduction, it is not a part of content, but it explains the purpose and objectives which the document has written. So, preamble to the Indian Constitution, as such, provides the guidelines of the Constitution. So, we can say in brief, the preamble explains the objective of the Constitution in two ways. One, about the structure of the government, federal state, and the other about the ideals to be achieved in independent India. So it is because of this the preamble is considered to be the key to the constitution. Right? So the objectives which are laid down in the principles are description of Indian state as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. And it provides the citizen of India justice, equality, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. Justice in the sense of social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Anna, social justice. So, liberty of thought means expression, belief, faith, and worship. So, you can express yourself. You have your own belief and faiths. You can worship any god, religious and all. And equality means each and every citizen of India has equal opportunity. And fraternity. So the fraternity, why? It assures dignity of individuals, dignity of all individuals, all citizens of India, and unity and integrity of the nation. So you can see like the features of this preamble. So about the components. So it is indicated by the preamble that the source of authority of the constitution lies with the people of India, we the people of India, right? And preamble declares India to be a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic. And the objectives stated in the preamble are to secure justice, liberty, equality to all citizens, and promote fraternity, to maintain unity, integrity of the nation. So you must always remember some of the keywords. I have repeated several times. So first word is, it starts with we the people of India. So this wording indicates the ultimate sovereignty of the people of India. So here the sovereignty means the independent authority of the state not being subject to the control of any other state or external power. Right? So there is federal system. One is there is center and the other state. And all other states, each and every state is sovereign. They are independent. They are free to work for the development of the people of their state. And then sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So the socialist means the achievement of socialist ends through democratic means. So it holds faith in the mixed economy, where both private and the public sector coexist side by side. So we are the socialist state. Then secular. The term secular means that all the religions in India get equal respect. Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Parsi. Likewise, all the religions have equal respect, protection, and support from the state. Okay? And it was incorporated in the preamble by 42nd Constitutional Amendment 1946. Finally, the democratic. So the term implies that the Constitution of India has an established form of constitution which gets its authority from the will of the people expressed in an election. So, democratic. So it means that the constitution belongs to the people of India. Right? So the democratic principles of the country flow from this, like we hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves. Means self-dedicated constitution. So it is democratic principle of the country which flow from the memorable last line of the preamble. So the democracy is generally known as as I have discussed in the previous class, of the people, by the people, and for the people. So why of the people, by the people, and for the people? Because this means that the government is elected by the people. So 5 of the states in India are going to elect their government next month. 10th March, the results will be declared. And the government will be formed by the people of UP, Punjab, Goa, Uttaranchal. So it is responsible and accountable to the people. Then the democratic principles are highlighted with the provisions of universal adult franchise elections, fundamental right, and responsible government. So all the adults in India, Indian citizens, they have one voting power. And each and every citizen have the equal power. So the preamble also declares India as finally the republic. Republic means that the head of the state is the president, who is indirectly elected, and he is not a hereditary ruler, as in the case of British monarch. Then comes the justice, liberty, and equality. So the struggle for freedom was not only against the British rule, but the struggle was also in the era of restoring the dignity of men and women, removal of poverty, and the end to all exploitation. So the, such strong motivations and cherished ideals had prompted the framers to lay emphasis on the provisions of justice, liberty, and equality to all the citizens of India. So, justice promises to give people what they are entitled in terms of the basic rights to food, clothing, housing, and participation in decision making and living with the dignity as human being. So the preamble covers all these dimensions of justice: social justice, economical justice, and as well as political. So you are free to join any political party. You can participate in any political activity and you can form your own government. So besides the granting of political justice in the form of universalist adult franchise or the representative from the democracy, representative form of democracy. So liberty cannot be divorced from equality. Equality cannot be divorced from liberty, nor this liberty and equality be divorced from the fraternity. So here, after justice, let us see what liberty means. So the preamble also mentions about the liberty of thought and expression. So these freedoms have been guaranteed in the Constitution through the fundamental rights. So it is your fundamental right. When we will discuss about the rights and the duties, it is there. So though freedom from want has not been guaranteed in the fundamental rights, certain directives to the state have been mentioned in the directive principles. So without equality, liberty would produce the supremacy of few over the many. So now, equality. So equality is considered to be the essence of modern democratic ideology. So the constitution makes place, the constitution makers placed the ideals of equality in a place of pride in the preamble. So the all kinds of inequality based on the concept of rulers, and the ruled, or on the basis of the caste and gender, were to be eliminated. So all in citizens of India should be treated equally and extended equal protection of law without any discrimination based on caste, creed, birth, religion, sex, etc. So similarly, equality of opportunity implies that regardless of socio-economic situation into which one is born, he or she will have the same chance as everybody else to develop his talent and means of livelihood. Right? So, justice, liberty, and equality. I think so. The objective of this constitution is very clear. Huh? क्या हर्षवर्धन? Tanisha? Tanisha? Hello? B. Siddhant.
Yes, sir.
So, understood what is our constitution and what is the preamble? Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what is it?
Sir, preamble is the key to the constitution.
Okay. Or you can also say the introduction, huh? Or preface of a book.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, it explains the Constitution of India, preamble. हाँ? तुम लोग बचपन में कभी याद नहीं किए हो क्या? रट्टा नहीं मारे हो? क्यों?
Yes, sir. मारे थे.
मारे थे ना? चलो देखो ये तो मेरे सामने है. अगर तुम अपना गूगल नहीं खोले हो तो जरा बताओ तो.
No, sir. याद नहीं है.
याद नहीं है. चलो फिर एक बार हम जो है ना याद करा देते हैं. हाँ? With the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all its citizens what to secure? Justice. Justice, social, economic, and political. Liberty. So, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. And then equality. So, equality of status and of opportunity. And to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individuals. So, always remember that liberty cannot be divorced from equality. Equality cannot be divorced from liberty. And liberty, nor the liberty and equality be divorced from the fraternity. So all are interrelated and interdependent. So without equality, liberty would produce the supremacy of few over many. Equality without liberty would kill individual initiatives. And without fraternity, liberty would produce the supremacy of few over the many. So without fraternity, liberty and equality could not become a natural course of things. So this is about the preamble of India. So in brief, you can say The preamble explains the objective of the constitution. है ना? So one side the structure, and other side the governance, about the ideals to be achieved in independent India. And finally, our constitution is one side it is rigid, and other side it is flexible also. So it is rigid, but few of the acts can be amended, and this amendment policy has been taken from the constitution of USA, Switzerland, and Australia. So this is also treated as the rigid of nature. And the British constitution is considered flexible. Why flexible? Because the British constitution is not written, whereas Indian's constitution is written constitution. Indian constitution is the lengthiest constitution of the world. And one side, the US constitution is very short. Here we have 145,000 words in our constitution. Other side, only 4,400 words in the American constitution. And we have both unitary as well as federal. It says India is a union of states, not the federal state, union of states. So this is a distribution of powers between the union and central government and the state government. Since India is a federation, such distribution of functions become necessary. So there are three lists of powers such as union list, state list, and the concurrent list. Anna. So this is the feature of our Indian constitution. So next day we'll discuss the another topic. So let me check what is the next topic. So okay, I think today it is enough. Huh? So we are discussing today Constitution of India, and tomorrow is the day which is known as Republic Day. Just because our Indian Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. Anna? So two things to be remembered. Constitution Day, 26 November 1949, and 26 January 1950, which is known as the Republic Day. One is Constitution Day and another one is Republic Day. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the President of Constituent Assembly, and B.R. Ambedkar was Chairman of the Draft Committee. So, okay, let me take your attendance first. Yeah. 83 students are present today. Download attendance list. Downloaded. So, okay, your attendance is downloaded now. So we will be meeting on Thursday, 10 a.m. again. Anna. So just wishes for Republic Day. Happy Republic Day to all of you. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. End meeting. End